Welcome everyone to our third Copilot Newsroom for the year of 2025, where we focus on exciting new updates in Microsoft 365 Copilot. We've created this series to help you navigate and stay ahead in the dynamic and constantly changing Microsoft Copilot ecosystem. Today, we'll cover the latest updates and try to answer some of the questions that you may have by diving into practical strategies for helping you maximize the value of Copilot within your organization. Additionally, we will dedicate time in each session to answer your questions about Copilot, and we encourage you to actively participate, ask those questions in the chat, and share your experiences with Copilot as we learn about these updates together. At the end of this session, we will have a QR code that houses a survey for this newsroom. We kindly ask you to fill this out so that we can continue bringing you these updates. And if you fill out the survey, you will be entered into a raffle to win a gift card. The winner of this gift card will be announced on Monday, so stay tuned and keep an eye out for that QR code. We will be recording this session, and that recording will later be available on our website as well as on YouTube. So let us know if you'd like a copy of the recording or the presentation, and we can send it right over to you. Just in the past couple of weeks, Microsoft has announced a couple of updates. So today we'll look closely at these new features that have been released and get into it. As you know, my name is Kellen McLeod. I am an adoption change management consultant at Valorem Reply. I am joined on the call here by our lovely Lee Carrick and Alex Zakodin on the technical side. I'll be passing it over to Alex in just a couple of minutes here. Before we dive into content, most of you know who we are at Valorem Modern Work, where our world revolves around the Microsoft 365 ecosystem. With Viva and the Accelerator, we are a large community of change managers that utilize ADKAR and the ProSci methodology to drive transformation. Valorem Reply proudly holds all 6 solution partner designations, including Modern Work, Business Applications, Data and AI, Digital and App Innovation, Infrastructure, and Security as part of Azure. Additionally, we have Modern Work Advanced specialization in adoption change management and custom solutions and teams. We look forward to learning more about your organization and how our expansive Microsoft knowledge can be of assistance to your organization. At the end of today's session, there will be a QR code again, so keep an eye out for that and a chance to win that gift card. In terms of our agenda for today, we have quite a few end user updates to go through, so I will be talking for most of today's session. Too bad you're stuck with me. We will be going through some exciting updates for Copilot and Teams in terms of GCC, intelligent recap for town halls and webinars. There will also be some Copilot Pages updates, language translation updates to Copilot in Word as well as in PowerPoint, as well as an exciting new Copilot chat update. Alex will be taking us through admin and management capabilities, going through new sales agents that are accessible in Microsoft 365, as well as a new admin policy that enables Copilot for multi-tenant organizations. Great, let's get into it. So the effective features in Teams that most users are familiar with will now be coming to GCC folks or government community cloud folks, including and especially the necessary security provisions that apply to interactions with Copilot. Interactivity with Copilot is continually improving for use during meetings as well as after your meetings to gather those necessary action items for effective meeting management and follow-up. To this we say, the more the merrier. In addition to those GCC updates, for town hall and webinar event instances, there will be more detailed and intelligent meeting recap ability. So event organizers, co-organizers, and presenters, as well as attendees, can now easily explore the meeting recording by speakers, topics, as well as accessing AI-generated meeting notes, tasks, and finding those name mentions more accurately in the transcript, excuse me. We are all familiar with the meeting recap in Teams, as I mentioned previously, so this one is more specific to those top-down meetings. In addition to availability with a Teams premium license, these recap features are available as well with a Microsoft 365 Copilot license. Another Teams update for us, as a meeting participant, you can now easily share a link to a meeting from a button in the Recap tab. This makes it a lot easier to reference and share the meeting recap and insights with others, especially those precious meeting notes and where you need to find them. You can also do this if you need to refer someone to a specific meeting so that they can catch up or reference a specific discussion. Meeting participants can share the meeting recap link with anyone within the organization. Users who do not have access to the recording or the transcript, or rather are external to this meeting, can request that recording and transcript access. This only applies, of course, if Copilot is turned on by that beloved record and transcribe button. So remember to hit one of those when you need to reference a meeting. If you were on a couple of months ago, I think back in 2024, we announced an exciting update to Copilot Chat with Copilot Pages. Copilot Pages will now be available in Microsoft 365 Copilot mobile app. So you can continue working with Copilot and prompting with your colleagues while you're on the go. Users or you can also now view, edit, and share existing pages. And you'll also be able to create new pages on mobile, as well as but expected, this feature is on the way to us. Recently rolled out, there have been a couple of updates to Python language expansion in Excel. It is becoming a more powerful tool for data analysis, automation, visualization, and machine learning. Now you can use everyday language to ask Copilot to perform advanced analytics. However, still make sure that you are using accurate prompts, appropriate language, clear questions and asks of Copilot so that it can understand what you need it to do. It will then write Python code for you and insert it on a grid or a new sheet, resulting in deeper insights and stunning visuals. These newly supported languages include English, simplified Chinese, French, German, Italian, Japanese, Brazilian Portuguese, and Spanish, and is said to have rolled out in February, but we know updates like this have their own timeline sometimes, so keep an eye out for this one. In Word, Copilot can now summarize documents up to 1.5 million words, which is about 3,000 pages, depending on how long your words are. In the summary box above your document, you'll be able to do this. This is a significant increase from our previous limit of 80,000 words, which was about 160 pages. So it has almost doubled in its update. There is also multi-language support for this new increased feature. This rolled out on the web in February and will roll out to Windows and Mac in the coming months. So try it on your work toggle in the web browser to see if this update has reached you. Another really exciting update is Copilot translation in PowerPoint. We know that translation can be quite time-consuming and costly, even for a quick presentation for internal meetings or team meetings. With Copilot translation in PowerPoint, users can translate an entire PowerPoint deck into one of 40 languages, maintaining the design integrity of each slide. So it doesn't change anything that's on the slide, only the language and written content. Languages include those that are currently supported by Copilot, with the small nuance of non-location specific English and Spanish. So those two are more generalized. Copilot can translate the text into boxes, shapes, tables, charts, speaker notes, comments, and smart art. Simply select the Copilot icon on that slide and ask Copilot to translate that slide for you. So really exciting stuff, especially for our global teams. Perhaps the most exciting update this month is that Copilot will now have the ability to understand images. First updates will come to Copilot Chat, as we know, and using it for image insights can absolutely transform how we interact with visual content. You can do this by inserting an image in that prompt pane. This new image insights feature allows users to upload images and receive interactive information, enhancing, your understanding of what's in the image without actually having to open the file. It's designed to be user-friendly and is available across various platforms, including Microsoft 365 Copilot app, Teams, Outlook, and the Edge sidebar, which ensures accessibility from wherever you work. So the point of this is to make sure that it's easier for users to summarize and enhance their writing based on visual information gathered by Copilot. So I guess that you could say Copilot is finally growing its AIs. And without further ado, I will hand it over to Alex to go through our admin and management capability.
Thank you, Kellen. Definitely my favorite feature is image recognition. I already start playing, just put in some images and asking Copilot to describe, and there are pretty cool outcomes of that experience. Today on our admin and management capabilities, we don't have tons of information to share. So we're still going to go through a few items, and then we're going to look at the roadmap. So one of the first things that Microsoft start doing with the different role-based copilots is introducing copilots and agents that will work specifically for a role within organization. And one of those agents, we probably remember, one of those Copilot was Copilot for Sales. So currently, Microsoft rolled out several agents that will help and enhance sales experience for people who work with sales, specifically with CRM systems. So there is a sales agent and sales chat. Both of those applications will help salespeople to process information that's stored in CRM. It will increase effectiveness of the usage of those CRM systems, and it definitely will help with different capabilities of platforms like Dynamics 365. In the future, it will be integration with Salesforce as well. But it's the idea to increase productivity of salespeople. Those agents will help to close deals. They will also help to track certain information about customers, and they will run on background and will be able to perform certain functionality based on information that's stored in CRM system. Another big announcement that Microsoft originally put in place in January of 2025, but actually it's been rolled out in most of the tenants. It's the ability to use Copilot across tenants. So for some organizations that enable multi-tenant setup or MTO, it allows to use this within that setup, Copilot within Teams experience, specifically Teams messages. So MTO, it's a Entra ID based setup, business to business, where organization can set up cross-tenant collaboration between users. And in the past, users were able to collaborate through Teams and seamlessly switch from primary tenant to secondary tenant and have notification come through Teams. They were able to collaborate within the Teams channels and with a group chat. So now Microsoft extends the capabilities and introduce Copilot in MTOR environments as well. So if you have two organizations, usually it's in the case of, for example, parent organizations that have multiple subsidiaries and they have separate tenants, so they can create an MTOR environment, multi-tenant environment, where all the tenants have trust relationship and they synchronize users among those tenants, up to 5 tenants currently. And then users from different organizations, they will be able to use Copilot during the meetings and Copilot within Teams channels that located in a different organization. So basically, you can bring your Copilot license from your primary organization to your subsidiary or parent organization. So let's look at public roadmap. What's going to roll out in the next month or two? So one of the things that we keep reminding, obviously, we have that monthly Copilot Newsroom meetings that we run last Wednesday of every month. But if you want to take a peek, what's going on within Copilot, what's the latest and greatest, there are different links Microsoft publish, and you can navigate and see product updates, different improvements, and see what the release notes for next Copilot iteration. So if we look at the roadmap, there are pages and pages of what Microsoft listed as the new features that will be rolled out in the next few months. And without definitely not going to bore you reading every single items. There are a lot of items related to actually Copilot extensibility. They will let developers to build more integrated agents using extensibility within Copilot ecosystem. But there are some interesting items where you will be able to leverage Copilot with Microsoft Forms, for example, where Forms you will be able to ask questions about form data, and Copilot will be able to provide that information, and you don't need to go to the spreadsheet and review every single record on the spreadsheet. There are additional features will be rolled out related to context IQ. So this is the information when you put a prompt, and then you include different items into prompt as a additional knowledge source. So in the past, we can just attach a document, we can look up information about individual users, you can look at the documents in your OneDrive. So what's common in Context IQ, you will be able to get information from Teams. You will be able to attach files from SharePoint site as well. So that will extend the flexibility what end users can do, adding this additional knowledge when they prompt Copilot with their questions. And there is like I said, more and more Copilot roadmap items. You can find them by clicking on links in our deck that we can provide a copy of to you. But also, we encourage you to look at the Microsoft What's New in Copilot blog, and also check Microsoft Copilot roadmap that's available to everyone through the links. So before we jump to Q&A session, I'm gonna turn over to Kellen to tell about exciting ability to win a gift card.
This is our beloved QR code. So this is what I asked you all to keep an eye out for. Valorem Reply offers sessions like this one free of charge as part of the Microsoft Cloud Accelerator program for partners to offer do more with Microsoft 365 CSP briefing events. So when you fill out the survey, it's going to look a little bit like this. When you select which briefing event that you attended, please select the Get Copilot Ready. Sometimes, if there are a lot of folks trying to fill out the survey at one time, the network gets a bit busy. So feel free to just try again in an hour or so, and you'll still be eligible to be entered into that raffle for our gift card. Like I said, winners will be announced on Monday. We ask that you fill this out so that we are able to show Microsoft our work. We only need one attendee from each session to confirm attendance. So please, please, please click that or fill out that QR code survey when you have a chance. All right.
I'm looking at the Q&A and see if we have any questions, or I'm checking the chat. If you have any questions, please, you can come off mute and ask the question, and Kellen and I will try to answer it. or you can type it in the chat.
All
We
right.
have
I'm seeing
quite very
one.
big. Do you see?
Yeah, I see one that just came through from Eric. They said, I heard a reference to needing to remember to turn on transcription for meetings so that Copilot can index them. Our team keeps forgetting to. Is there a way to change the default to always create a transcription for a meeting? Can that be done by a person?
Yes, the answer is yes, absolutely.
Yep.
So you can as our meeting organizer, every time when you create meetings, and it specifically works well when you have series of meetings, recurring meetings, you can go to option settings of the meeting and automatically turn transcription and recording.
And if you would like a link to the survey instead of the QR code, please reach out and let us know. We can send that over to you as well. I'm just going to pop the link in the Q&A for folks.
So if there are no other questions, we're going to probably give everyone back precious time to their Wednesday morning or afternoon.
Yep. Before you go, sorry, Alex.
Go ahead, Colin.
As you all know, we have developed a framework to help you meet you where you are. So we are always willing to work together to help identify a path that would help your organization gain the most value out of Copilot, and that is specific to your organizational needs. So, we are here to help you get the most out of this partnership. There are many organizations who may be eligible for acceleration opportunities with Microsoft. So if you're curious about that, please reach out to us. And yeah, thank you all so much for joining us today. Alex, did you have anything else to add?
No, we appreciate your time, and we'll be here on last Wednesday of April with new exciting updates about Copilot.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you.